Welcome, everyone. I am so glad to see so many faces on here. My name is Debbie Packard, and I am not who you usually see hosting these meetings. I am on Julie White's Zoom. She is with us, and I am so glad she's here tonight, but we weren't sure she was going to be able to. So that is why you are seeing me here tonight. I am so excited about this meeting tonight. I think it's going to be just really helpful information for all of us here tonight as we begin our new year. I just want to make a couple of brief announcements before we get started, and then I'm going to move us over into the special portion of our meeting, and then I'll make some other announcements at the end. But first of all, I just want to ask if we have any first-time people on this call tonight. Anyone who has not been on any of these calls before. I didn't see anyone that looks brand new, but I don't want to miss anyone. Welcome to everyone. I just want to say it means a lot to me that you're here. I value you and your time, and I appreciate the fact that you're making this a priority tonight. Just so you all know, if you haven't heard yet, Skip and Jill Campbell are leaders at the executive, at the presidential level, actually, of our team are going to be doing an important Zoom call at the top of the next hour, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, 7 Mountain. So don't go far when this meeting is over. We want you to get back onto that meeting, and we'll share that. Carol has already put the link to that Zoom in the chat, and we'll share it again at the end of the meeting, but we don't want to miss that one. They've got an important announcement that they want to make for all of us as we go into 2024. So be sure and plan to attend that meeting as well. We've got our virtual kickoff coming up this Saturday as a all over. And we've got watch parties going over in so many different places. If you have a watch party planned for this Saturday, stick that in the chat so we can see everybody who is planning one of those. And before I forget, I want to let you all know that the customer service is closed a week from today for Martin Luther King Day. So you might want to make a note of that too. I have asked Carol to introduce our special guest tonight, and I am so excited. I still remember the first time I saw Melissa at a LifeVantage event when she was on stage, and also in a Zoom. I think it was a Zoom when I first saw you, Melissa, and every time you just had such a boatload of an amazing information for me to glean. So I am super excited about this tonight, but I am going to turn it over to Carol, who was the one who arranged this special meeting tonight. So Carol, I'll turn it over to you.
All right. Thank you, Debbie. I know I'm so excited to hear from Melissa too. She just has inspired me like you, Debbie, from the get-go. She's so relatable. So anyway, here's a little about Melissa. She actually found LifeVantage about 6 years ago, or almost 6 years ago. So before that, she had several businesses, and the last being a food truck, which I thought was pretty interesting. But the problem with most of those business models is she always taught her friends how to do them, and then they became her competitors. So, not good. So now she can share all of her secrets with all of us, with the entire company, and it just helps to build the bottom line. Thankfully, a comment on Facebook led to her enroller who shared the awesomeness that is LifeVantage. Melissa launched her business while living in a camper with 6 kids traveling the US and Mexico, which I also find fascinating. I know she's a homeschool mom and dear to my heart, me too, and a lifetime ago. But now they are settled down in Colorado Springs. Melissa is an EC1, so I am just honored to turn it over to Melissa.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Debbie. Thanks for having me here. I asked if you guys have questions, put them in the comments here. What do you want to know? Because I know people like hear bits and pieces, and everybody has a different thing they want to know. I'm glad you're recording this because I talk fast, and I heard I have like 20 minutes, and I want you to get as much information as possible. I love teaching, so that homeschooling just worked out well for me. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do that. And now with LifeVantage, it is one of my favorite things to go teach. I'm excited. I'm going to go teach the LVA, they're doing a meeting in Atlanta in 2 weeks. And so I'm excited to go there and do that for those guys. But yeah, Carol told you guys a lot of my story. It was a random message on social media. I don't know. Let's put a 1 in the chat if you guys use social media to build your business. I want to know like who cares about the social media stuff and who wants to hear my in-person tips. Would you rather hear? I love that one half. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, the big thing that was different was that it wasn't spammy. I didn't feel the big sales pitch coming at me, right? So I had asked a question in a Facebook group for full-time travelers and said, you know, how do you guys stay healthy while traveling full-time? And I was going to be manufacturing and selling my own product, but there's like so much to do that. You like have the research we had, but like the manufacturing, the shipping, I did not want to do all that stuff. The lawyers, all that stuff. So when we found LifeVantage, it was like, oh, I can just talk. I'm really good at that. Like, let's just share something that already has all this stuff here. Nobody knows about it. Like, I'm not a scientist, but Harvard's researched it. Yes, please, let's go. So it was a really good fit for me. But when I asked in that group, the message I got back was, it was in a full-time traveling group. So lots of network marketers are full-time traveling. This is a great way to build freedom. And people were like spam. It was like, join my team. Let me show you. Here's my website. Let me email you. I'll email you. I'll message you. I'll message you. And you just knew they were like out for the kill, you know? And I think this business, you know, some people go hunting and some people go fishing. I personally like, and this is not in real life because I'm way too ADHD to actually like fishing. I'd like to do fly fishing. Like that's busy. Or like that thing with they shoot the bow off the back of the boat. I really want to do that. But in this business, I much prefer fishing over hunting. And that is how I came into the business, is probably why I like it that way, right? I want to be using the right bait. I want them to take that bite. I don't want to just be looking for them constantly. So in the message though, the comment that finally got my attention was, nutrigenomics, essential oils, and colloidal silver. Well, I already use colloidal silver and essential oils. And so I was like, what's nutrigenomics? And it started a conversation. Okay. Now I will tell you though, this is a thing my enroller and I have fought about over the years. But they thought because of that question that I really cared about science. And I'm sorry for those of you that love the science, that's not me. Okay. I'm like, somebody else do the research, tell me what I need to know. Like, you know, I'm good. I like business. I love people and I love business. I think business is like a game. And so he sent me this video that I watched like 10 seconds of, and it was the ABC prime time. And I was like, snooze alert. Now, other people love it. So I always share it because other people think it's the most amazing thing on earth. I was just like, I don't care. I don't care about science. And so that bait that he used originally, you know, we got the conversation going and a relationship built, but then it wasn't the bait to get me in. Not until later, we were traveling and we were both in the same place at the same time. And I said, hey, why are you here? This is the town I'm in right now. And he said, I'm here giving a talk on creating generational wealth for entrepreneurs. And that got my curiosity. I was like, oh, what? Can I come hear that? And it was a training for LifeVantage consultants. So I came in there listening to all their stuff and I was taking pages of notes for my other like 5 businesses I was trying to start. You guys, like, don't do that. That was dumb. But it was great information. Loved what I was hearing. Loved the people. They were very humble. And I really liked that. They were very honest talking about their failures. And I think that's so powerful. You know, when we just say, oh, like, I'm so amazing, everything's great. Like, this has been so easy, right? Like, how long would you stay in the business if people told you, oh, it's super easy? And then you like had a rough week and you were like, well, this isn't easy for me. You must like have this gift that I don't have, you know? So anyhow, long story long, I said yes, it's been amazing and I love it. And so a couple of things that I was asked to share about was recruiting, like how to recruit, and launching new people. Does that sound good to you guys? Gary, I can kind of see you. Does that sound good to you? Launching new people, recruiting. Okay, I love it. Okay, so launching new people is something I'm absolutely passionate about and I am very stubborn about because I've seen it go well and I've seen it go horrible. So this is our system. We tell all our people this is what we're doing. I used to give people options. That didn't work well. Okay, people confuse people, don't make a decision, right? And in the beginning, they're just like, tell me what to do. You've done this. I don't know anything. Hopefully that's their opinion. Sometimes they come in thinking they know everything. And those people have never done well in my business. I don't know about yours, but the people that tell me they're so amazing and they could sell anything. I've lost them. They're gone. I don't know what happened. But this is the way we launch people now. We tell them this is what we're going to do. Does everyone do it still? No. Sadly, no. But we give them the guide and then we help them if they want to do it. And so, you know, it's just a numbers game. Some people will do it and some people won't. So this is what we do. We're going to have 2 meetings in person and 2 meetings on Zoom. Now, we like, if you have them at your house is the best, have them at a coffee shop, have them wherever. And if you're meeting somebody from across the country, still like have them invite people to their house and Zoom in, have them plug in their computer and Zoom in and be there with them. Don't ask your people to do a bunch. My new people just say why they're excited and then why they should listen to me. That's all. Like they just need to say why they're excited because we don't need big results yet, right? We're launching people immediately. You know, Skip and Jill, I love them. And they were saying how like they were like from a meeting, they would sign up and they would say, okay, we're doing it tomorrow night. We're at your house. Okay, that's how they got to Pro 10 in 28 months. Tomorrow night, we're at your house, getting all your people over. So we're not saying, oh, come and tell your amazing testimony how your arm grew back. We are not waiting for that. We have the science. We do not need to wait on, I want to wait if I feel something. I'm sorry if I'm stepping on your toes. See, this is awesome because I don't know if any of you have said that. So I don't feel like, yeah. Okay, I just know I've heard that before, right? So we invite ASAP. People are gonna be like, I don't know what to do. Great. You don't need to. I need you to know how to hook your little dealy bop into the computer, get that thing communicating to your TV, invite your people over, and then let me do the heavy lifting. We just run through products, business, how this works. I always end my meetings the same way. I say, thank you for being here. I'm glad you heard this. If you want to research us more, go for it. The more you research, the more you're going to love us. It's not going to hurt my feelings if you need to go. Just let us know what you want to find out. We'll get you the info. We'll show you anything, any questions you have, we can answer for you. If you want to be a customer, we would love for you to be a customer. I just need to keep hearing how you're doing because my drug of choice is these testimonies. It is amazing to hear how these products help people. So just keep me posted, please, on how you're doing. I can't wait to hear. And then if you want to do this business with us, if you want to earn your products for free, if you want that, we would love to get you signed up. We can do that right now. And we make sure that person is ready. Either paper, some people do the paper and they really love that way. They print out those enrollment forms and it goes faster if you have a large group of people. Otherwise, like have a QR code where people can scan it and get right to your website. Do something so they can really quickly order and you can help them. When I've had too big of a meeting, when I've had too many people that really want to talk, sometimes I lose customers because we haven't got them signed up fast enough. So just make sure there's a way for them to sign up right away. And when you guys end the meeting like that, there's no pressure. People love that. Like nobody wants to be guilted or pressured into something. But I'll tell you, I've had people come into meetings say, I don't want any of this, and they have their arms crossed and they're glaring at me. And at the end, they're like, oh yeah, so how do I get a business pack? I want to do this. Okay, so you just never know how it's going to go. Just give them those 3 options. So when we invite, we're inviting to the first meeting. Hey, I'd love for you to come check this out. I think you'd love it because I know you love natural health. I don't really understand it yet. This is the best. Okay, guys, you're like, I'm still learning. I need you to come here for my friend. Ask her your hardest questions. I'm going to learn so much. Please, I know you'll be honest with me. Come grill her so I can learn. Okay. That's how we're inviting for the first meeting. If they say, oh, that'd be awesome, I can't come, say, oh, no worries. I've got another meeting on Thursday at 7. If you could come, she's also going to do those 2 things. She's super busy. She's amazing, blah, blah, whatever, you know, but she's busy. I have those 2 nights with her. If they still can't come to that, just let it go. Okay. For right now, we're going to let it go. We're going to have our meetings. We're going to message them after the first meeting and say, I'm so sad you missed this. It was a great meeting. Like she shared these stories. I can't believe it. I think you would have loved this one about a horse or whatever, right? And you're just leaving it like that. We're putting the ball in their court. Again, we're fishing. Okay. We're just giving them the information and letting them come back. So we're doing that. Then we're having our Zoom launch for the people that don't live in town. And not that person that didn't come to your 2-year in-persons. You could say, hey, I know your schedule's busy. I am doing a Zoom thing. If you'd rather watch from home, I'm doing one Tuesday night, right? We don't want to, you want to do these meetings in like 2 weeks. Like we're going to get this done. Okay. Now, we're also scheduling 2 Zoom calls, but we're never telling people that we're doing 2, and we're not telling them that we're recording, but we are recording. They'll know like when they hit the record thing. But I want people, we want to create FOMO. So you don't want to say like, oh, you know, it's on Tuesday, but if you can't come, don't worry, I'm recording it. Don't give them an out. Don't do that. This is amazing. Like raise your hand if you know somebody whose life has been radically changed from these products. Right. Like we know what we have is amazing and everyone really needs to hear this, but they don't hear it like that. Like they do, it's so hard for their minds to comprehend the power of this. Do you remember where you were, like how it took you to get in the business? Okay. So we're going to invite to that Zoom. If they don't come again, just say, oh man, that Zoom was awesome. I know you want to come, missed you. I'm doing one last one on Thursday. If you want to come, it's great to come live so you can get your questions answered. I'd love for you to get your questions answered, especially because I know you talked about blah, blah, blah. Remind them why you think they'd be interested. You know, I know you said you want to start taking family vacations, but you can't yet. Come listen to this speaker. She's making family vacation money, right? Like remind them why they want to come to this. But again, we're not telling them that we're recording it, but we do record it. And then you want to keep it compliant. Remember, we're not, don't spaz out. Don't say anything because you're terrified of being non-compliant. Let me just tell you, if you break compliance and you post something somewhere, you're just going to get an email from compliance and they're going to say, hey, that's not compliant. I need you to take it down. And then you say, oh, okay. And then you take it down. And that's the end of the story. Okay. That is all. So I see so many people like not in action because they're terrified of it. Just check your email and then take it down. But what I love to do with those recorded Zooms is I have like, if we're launching Tracy's going to start that call. Like, yeah, Tracy, you're on it. She's like, oh, hi guys. I'm so glad you're here tonight to hear Melissa. She's my mentor. She's 6-figure earner, blah, blah. You want to say some things for why they want to listen, right? But then you want to say why you're excited. I saw this and I was like, wait, this is herbs with science behind it. You don't have to take my word for it. You can go research it on PubMed. I was blown away by the science and how this is helping all mammals. Like what it's done for my dog has been spectacular. You know, say something like that, short and sweet, and then you're passing it over to your other speaker. Have that go like 30 minutes. You want to go fast. People's attention spans are this long. But then after that, you have that recording and I've put it on YouTube, but I keep it unlisted. I don't want people searching for it because maybe I am non-compliant in something and I don't want to take it down and I don't want to make a new one, but we keep it unlisted. And then when Tracy's talking to people and Gary's like, I'm so interested in that. Like, I would love to check that out. When can we get together? And you're playing phone tag with your upline, like, when could we have a meeting, blah, blah, and nothing's working. You're like, Gary, you know what? I actually recorded a meeting. It shares all the information. I'd love for you to check it out. When could you watch that? And let's talk after. And she has that in her hip pocket, right? And we've got the fear. We have to move past fear as fast as possible. And so doing those meetings right away and getting that going helps people. Like they need to make, it's like $1. If you make $1 in your first month, you do really well. So that is our launch system. We want to take them action ASAP. We do go through the launch guide with people and just having a really honest talk about like, what are your goals? There's no right or wrong answer. We just need to know, we need to be on the same page, right? How many hours do you have? The less hours they have, the better. When a person tells me, oh, I have 8 hours a day to work this business, they ain't gonna do it. Okay. Just be like, no, this is a nooks and crannies. Like, what if you worked an hour a day? What could you do in an hour a day? Right. And help them build that plan, get those launches going, help answer all those questions. And that's our system. That's what we do. Questions on that? Super easy. 2 Zooms, 2 in-persons. And we don't, and this is the thing about social media. You're not posting LifeVantage, you're not posting stuff until that's done. Okay. After you have invited your first people, after your friends and family know what you're doing, they've been invited to take a look. Then we can start being more bold on social media. Like I have my website on there only because I regularly talk about LifeVantage. People know I'm there. I don't want them searching. I want them to go right to my thing. But before we do those 4 meetings, we're not saying LifeVantage. We're not putting our website out there. And we're not doing that. And that has also helped us tremendously. Any advice for international? Find somebody that wants to run and be the leader over there so you can get them in and then sit back. Really, it's like who's open to talking in front of people, who's hungry. And it's so funny. That whole not prejudging who you bring in. I'll tell you, the people, okay, this is recorded. Just don't tell my team this. The people on my team that do the best are maybe not the smartest people. And they're also the people that they care the least about what people think about them. Okay. Those people, like 4 years in, they don't know how to run their back office, but they'll sign up the most customers. Okay. So if you know all the stuff, if you can do your back office, like just help them with all the back office stuff and let them run. Okay. And they will tell people, this is amazing. Give me your credit card. We're signing you up right now. They have no filter. And those people have done the very best on my team. And it's usually, I was going after their smart, business-minded friend. And then this person said, oh, I'm in, I want this. And that has been amazing. Japanese friends. Well, yeah, start talking to them. We're open over there.
So Melissa, when you say that you're doing 2 in-person and 2 Zoom meetings, are those are for the people you are recruiting or for the people that your people are recruiting, and then you're doing those meetings and Zooms? How far into your leg are you doing those? I would love to hear you talk just a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, it really just depends on if there's a leader between me and them, So I have people that are way down, that there's no leaders between me and them. So I'm doing all their stuff for them, and that's fine, right? They're showing up on the calls, they're showing up on trainings, and they're going to turn into that leader. Other people are just getting paychecks. But then if I have a person who's a strong leader, like when I get my reports from LifeVantage, when I see something going on, like their order didn't process and it's somebody down under leader, I'm not calling that person. We want to help our leaders become leaders. Like my team's name is Freedom Leaders. Okay. I do not want to be the Melissa Brown show. I want leaders. I want to help them I want to empower them. Like, I don't want to work forever. Like I want to live on the beach. Okay. So I need these people to have those skills, and it's going to be scary, but you just, like, I would say, hey, Julie, your girl, Robin, her order didn't process. Here's what you say. Are you going to be able to message her? Do you want me to do it? And she'll be like, oh, I got it. I got it. Or if they're asking a question on Facebook, I'm going to their leader and saying, hey, this person's asking this question. Do you want to go answer that? Because I really need to empower that. But if there's no leader, I'm for sure doing for whoever wants to. And it's funny. I was having a meeting with some corporate people, and they were like, I got a bunch of positions and my thing's a mess. And they were like, well, where are you focusing your attention? Like what business center? And I was like, on whoever wants to work. Like, I mean, the math might not math, but I know in the long run, like I'm going to help. Like Carol's like, do you want to be on our team call? Absolutely. Absolutely. Like this energizes me to be with you guys. And then like, it does help me, where like I used to buy and sell stuff for Amazon. I told so many people how to do it, and they'd show up at the same place to buy stuff. I taught 3 of my friends started food trucks and parked next to me. Like that took away. This all builds, and I absolutely love it. We're close on time, but if you got questions, I am here. I'm taking my kids to Costco after that, so it's going to be a very exciting evening. They're thrilled.
If you have whatever you have to share, Melissa,
Okay,
I would just say, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. We'll talk recruiting super quick here. How do you develop what to say? Oh, okay. One of my favorite books I just moved, so everything's like wonky right here. Oh, actually, I give it to someone to borrow. Okay, there's this book. It's not the name of it. It's like, I think it's called Why They Buy. It's bank code. It's this lady. I don't remember her name. She's alive still. Like she has whole system. She gives people these cards and like, here, put these in order of what you care about. No, I don't do that. I'm telling you, I would mess with people if they gave me a handful of cards and asked me what things I cared most about. Because I'm ornery like that. But this bank code book tells you like what to say and what not to say to different types of people. And that book helped me more than anything. I can't recommend it enough. I'm pretty sure it's called Why They Buy. Get it on Amazon. One of the things that really stood out to me is like, so they categorize people, we all know like the colors, the animals, all the stuff, right? But they take those they categorize the people and then tell you what those people want to hear and what they don't want to hear. So it helps you when you're meeting people to like kind of categorize them and super like, are they there early? Are they taking notes? Okay, those people want a system. They need to know there's a system you plug into. Are they flashy? They drive in a nice car. They dress in super fancy. You need to talk about going on stage. You need to talk about the recognition. You need to talk about that stuff, right? If they're like, they just love everybody, they're a part of everything, like they're volunteering here and there, they're the one bringing you a meal over for dinner, they just want to help people. So you talk about like, we sometimes get too focused on what we care about. I mean, it's just human nature, right? Like that's what is so awesome to us, but you need to think about what everyone cares about. So there's one other, the money I think is the other thing that I'm missing. But that's the same as like the recognition. People want that kind of same thing. So when you're doing a presentation, you want to make sure you're speaking to each of those groups. So one of my favorite things is making sure on my slides, I also have a picture of my teammates. And it works really well in a live presentation where I have a whole bunch of their pictures. And when I know who's in the room, so I'm asking like 15704, I don't know what your name is, but I know you're right here in my camera. I like seeing your face. Thank you. But I would say, okay, who are you bringing to the thing tonight? And I want to know, and I don't need a name. Like, I don't want you to say like, well, Judy has severe anxiety and her daughter has a heart defect. I don't care who I just need to know who's in the room. So if you say, I've got a lady coming with diabetes, I have a lady who's in Pampered Chef, give me the network marketing experience, because like if it's a Mary Kay person, right, we're talking generational wealth. Okay, their big thing for Mary Kay is like they get 15 years paid after they stop working. We get to will this to our grandchildren. So we don't want to bash other companies ever, but we're going to point out the things that those people care about, and we're going to talk big about that. So having that picture. Okay, here, back to that, why they buy. You need to make sure that you're hitting on all of those points when you're talking to a large group of people. And here's one thing that really stood out to me big time is the word opportunity. They said so many people that word opportunity scares them. And a lot of times we call these opportunity meetings, right? And I'm like, we need to call this something else. Informational meeting, because something like that, right? Only the person that is the flashy, that wants to make the money, that wants to be on stage, that person is looking for an opportunity. Most other people, that terrifies them. That sounds risky. So what I like to say, when I tell the story and I'm talking about a board of directors, that makes me feel safe. I said that makes me feel safe. I love the checks and balances. I love that our financials are out there for the whole world. I'm speaking to that certain type of person, but I'm also going to make sure I speak to all the rest. But I'm going to avoid that word opportunity, because that one word will excite one person but terrify many other people. So yeah, that's the abbreviated version of that.
I found a book on eBay. It says Why They Buy American Consumers Inside and Out. Is that the one?
No,
It's by a
like
Robert V. Settle.
No, this is a lady.
Okay.
Sherry Tree. Carol has put the link to it in the
Okay.
chat.
Yes, that's her. And like, I don't follow her whole system, and she's kind of different. I mean, some people love her. She's got a big personality, but that book and just learning how to recognize them quickly and then what words they want to hear and what they don't want to hear. It's vital.
Oh, you-
Melissa, I don't follow you on Facebook. Are you big on Facebook? Are you doing a lot on Facebook to build your team?
Yeah, it's funny. So I was really involved with a group of coaching with a bunch of old guys in Life Vantage, and they were all like so anti-social media. And I'm like, you guys, like, what do you want your team to do every day? Do you want them in a personal development book? Then just go on social media and show the book you're reading. Like, I'm like, I don't even need you to use your social media to recruit. Use your social media to influence all these people that are on your team that want to know your stuff. I'm still trying to get that through to them, but some of them are getting better. Some of their wives are getting out there. Yeah, so I post on Facebook. I love TikTok. I just kind of play around over there. I got myself off Instagram because just like too much, and Instagram just felt a little too perfect for me, but I've I've had a wild year. I've had a wild few years. But in my ramp back up, I'm putting Instagram back up on my phone, and I'm gonna start posting over there. But Facebook is mainly where I'm at, where I've been for 15 years. I was overly sharing on social media before I found Life Vantage, so it was easy for me just to. Well, actually, it wasn't easy. That's not a lie, because I was coached in the beginning 6 years ago. Don't talk about this at all on social media. And I'm like, but I talk about my whole life over there. It's really weird to be silent. But I was being coached by people that didn't use social media, how to use it. And I've had to really work hard to find my path on that.
Well, Melissa, we so appreciate you joining us tonight. My goodness, I'm just sitting here thinking it is a good thing we are recording because I'm going to have to go over this thing about 3 or 4 times to get all of the things that I have not been able to write down fast enough as you've been sharing. But thank you so much. We just wish you the very best in 2024 as you continue to do what you are doing so well. And I am a homeschool mom of 6 boys, so you especially resonate with me. I love what you're doing. Yeah, Tracy knows what
I need
she's
to
gonna
pick
ask
your
for.
brain. 6
Yeah.
boys. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
well, I'm done. I'm finished. They're
Right?
all
Like,
married with children, and it's wonderful. It's now I get to be Grammy, so it's
yeah,
a wonderful
that's
thing.
awesome.
But I'm going to I think
Thank
I'll
you for
stop the
having me.
recording. Yeah, you are welcome. We're just thrilled to have had this time with you, and we appreciate you taking the time for it. Let me stop this recording, and then I'm going to make some announcements.